I'm gonna tell you 3 truths. You can't become a Scrum Master without any experience. You won't find a job in tech if you've never worked in tech. And you can't start working in a Scrum team if you've never seen one in action. But I have some solutions for you to overcome these barriers. Hey, it's Daria here. Okay, I hear the outrage. If you have seen some of my previous videos on this topic, you may be a bit confused. But Daria, didn't you tell us in all of those videos that we can become Scrum Masters without experience? Did you lie? First of all, I didn't lie. I just didn't give you clear steps to take in case you have absolutely zero experience related to this domain. And I'd like to correct it with this video. But before we start this video, I have a very exciting announcement. I am dropping a loyalty program in my store. From now on, every time you get books or guides from my store, you'll be earning gummy bears that you can later exchange for discounts and some other cool stuff. And to really show you my appreciation for all of your support, if you have ever bought anything at all in the store, you've already earned the gummy bears without even knowing them, so you can already start using them right now. Wait for my video for tomorrow where I will explain everything in detail. So many of you have come to me asking how to become a Scrum Master coming from a completely different industry. And I want to set the right expectations. You cannot simply jump into a completely new domain without any experience even closely related to it. This reminds me of Chandler in Friends when he decided to switch careers to marketing. Remember? He had to go for an unpaid internship program with the newly graduated students while he was in his 30s. Yes, going through that period must have sucked, but thanks to his other experiences, he was able to jump to the position he wanted quite quickly. If you've never even worked in a corporate environment, look, you cannot just become a Scrum Master. And that is because the Scrum Master role is not exactly an entry position. It's not a senior position either, but it requires some prerequisite knowledge and skills. I do have a video talking about it here, and I'll put the link in the description, of course, for you to watch right after you finish this video. But let me explain what is usually expected of a Scrum Master. First, a company that is hiring usually is hiring a Scrum Master because they need help. They need someone who can come in and start working without guidance. Most of the time, people who are hiring don't know exactly what you need to do, and they will rely on you to tell them. Of course, they will have some idea of what you should do, but they will also want you to be independent enough. So in order to give the hiring manager confidence, you must showcase that you will be able to take on the reins as soon as you start. Second, Scrum is a very specific topic, which means in order to be a Scrum Master, you need to be an expert in this domain right off the bat. You are the person who will need to teach others. You are the person with the most knowledge on this topic, or should be. You're the person who is supposed to know what to do. Okay, some people think you're supposed to know everything, but that's an unrealistic expectation. Let's put it aside. So to keep the key point alive here, you need to show strong knowledge and be convincing enough about it. It kind of comes back to confidence again. And third, the Scrum Master is a leadership position. You'll be immediately assigned to work with a team. You will need to know how to build credibility and respect with people who you've never worked with before. In addition, you will most likely need to work with executives or at the very least with the management teams and directors. Okay, so now you may be thinking, but I don't have that, or I don't have a way to gain that experience. This is where I come to you with some solutions. If currently you're not in a situation to be able to gain this experience, you need to create those opportunities for yourself. Let me tell you this. It is much easier to switch to the Scrum Master position within an organization you already work for. I know that the question you are asking is, what can I do if I have no way of getting relevant experience in my current role? Well, I have a 3-step system, starting with the hardest action, going to the easiest. You may find yourself in one of these 3 situations. First, your company doesn't have any Agile teams. 2, your company is implementing Agile elsewhere, for example, in another department. 3, you're part of an Agile team or work in the same department that they are implementing Agile, but you are not in an Agile role yourself. So these are the steps. Step 1. This is the worst case scenario. Your company is simply not anywhere near Agile and Scrum. None of the departments or teams are implementing it, and there are no experts to reach out to. If that's not your case, you can skip to the step 2. But if that is your case, I would love to tell you, yep, no problem, just pass the exam and you're good to go. You still need relevant experience, even with the exam and certification. This means that it will take you some extra time to get it. And for that, you must be in a place that can give you an opportunity to gain that experience. If your company ain't it, you need to find a company that has Agile or Scrum implementation in progress and move there. Well, how do you find companies like that? Very, very simple. You do some search on LinkedIn or Indeed. Who is hiring for Scrum or Agile related positions? It doesn't have to be the role of a Scrum Master or Agile coach. They may be looking for an Agile project manager or a tester to join an Agile team. I just did this search right now and I found a job for a talent transformation consultant that mentions Agile. Well, that looks promising. Just below it, there is a compliance specialist position that mentions the Agile environment as well. Since the Scrum Master role is not an entry position, you will need to move to a different role. That's why I highlighted those 2 positions. They are not Scrum Master positions, but they are in companies that are implementing Agile. You want to get as close as possible to a Scrum, Kanban, Safe, or any Agile team. Does it mean you will have to work 6 or more months in a role that has nothing to do with the role of a Scrum Master? Technically, yes, but there is step 2 that you can take to make it worthwhile. So, step 2. If you're not in the worst case scenario where your company has absolutely nothing Agile, or you got yourself out of that scenario, you are closer to your goal than you think. The first thing to do is see where your company may give you the needed experience internally. Right now, many companies are trying out Agile and Scrum implementations. They don't always do it the right way or for the right reasons, but they are trying. Check what's going on in other departments. Is there an IT department or a team of developers? Are they using any kind of Agile practices? Even better, do they have a Scrum Master? Do the actual digging. Again, you can go back to some online searches. Check on LinkedIn if there is someone with Scrum or Agile in their title, or if the company mentions it in their job posting. Go talk to the people you don't know. If you want to make a big change in your career, you need to make a big step first. If you are able to locate something or someone in your company who is associated with Agile or Scrum, great! This is where you'll go. Did you find an Agile coach working in your company? Send them an email. Did you find a Scrum Master? Send them a Slack message. Did you find a tech lead who says they do the Scrum Master duties for their team? Go talk to them. What do you tell them? Well, something along the lines of, "Hi, I'm looking to make a switch in my career and become a Scrum Master. I've noticed that your department is implementing Agile practices, and I was wondering if we can connect to talk about your work. It would be invaluable for me to learn more about this topic and see if I can be of help to you too." I mean, don't say exactly that, it's just an example, but you got the point. And with that, Done. You can get on with step 3. Step 3, you're almost there. Now you are in a situation where you can gain the experience you need, even if you're not a Scrum Master. What you can do here? Well, here are a few examples and suggestions of what you can do. Shadow that Scrum person you found and connected with. Attend that Agile team's meetings to see how they do it. Ask to facilitate one of the meetings after you created good relationships with them. See what Agile practices you can implement in your team. Ask your manager if you can take an unofficial Scrum Master role in your team. Or ask for a transfer to the team or role you want. Not to repeat myself, I will send you to these 2 videos I have on this topic that explain everything in step 3 in more detail. One of them is gain Scrum Master experience without being a Scrum Master. I recommend looking into that first, and then how to become a Scrum Master, 4 steps to take. To go into that one second. Okay, that brings us to the very end of this video. Let's summarize what we learned. Firstly, some hard truths. Scrum Master role is not really an entry-level position because people hiring you are looking for an expert who is able to work independently and who knows what to do and how to lead a team. You cannot suddenly become a Scrum Master without any relevant experience whatsoever. It is easier to transfer to a Scrum Master role internally than to come in as an outsider, especially when you don't have any experience. If your company cannot provide you with any Agile-related experience because they are just not implementing it in any department, you need to move somewhere else. And then secondly, your options are step 1, find a company that is implementing Agile and Scrum. Step 2, connect with people in Agile roles and teams to learn from them. And step 3, gain experience non-officially by taking on Scrum Master responsibilities, even if your official position is not Scrum Master. And that is it for this video. I hope you learned something new, and if you did, as always, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. I know a lot of you are not, so click that subscribe button. And remember, you can now earn gummy bears every time you get something from my store, and then exchange them for discounts and even free products. Now, let's get it back to you. How did you become a Scrum Master? What helped you? Share down in the comments below to help other people as well. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers and Scrum on!